Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Isaac, and today I'm bringing to you an oil painting. I'm working on a Scarlett Johansson oil painting, but before we take a look at the painting itself, which I've started already, I want to do a little bit more talk on color mixing. So for the color mixing, I have with me here my palette. Now it's a glass palette, and the reason why we use glass is that glass is easy to clean, because believe it or not, you're going to really mess this guy up every time you paint. And if you stay in a hot place like me in Nigeria, Edo State, Benin City, you are going to have it. The paint is going to get dried a lot. So then you use a scraper. This is my DIY locally made scraper. Anyway, just anything sharp like a knife and scrape off your paint from the glass, just like this. That's my palette, and then of course you need a palette knife. It's funny because almost everything I have is DIY. This is just a knife, then I bent it like this to look like a palette knife. We don't have enough art stores around. I can't buy everything, so I make things myself. And another DIY, my DIY paintbrush. Okay, so my paintbrush, this is just a simple makeup brush that I carved most of the bristles out of it. A lot of people have been asking me to show them exactly how I mix the colors, so I hope this helps. I have my palette knife with me here. I made it myself. I'm working with this reference picture. So basically, pink is what, red and white. I got my red and I got my white. So I have my pink ready, but I can't just stop there, right? No, I have to go into the dark shades. Black and red. Black and red creates a sort of brownish dark tone. So this color is a little bit orange, but more to the yellow region of orange, except the blush on my cheek. So I'm still going to take some of this to one side. Look man, this is how messed up it is in real life, man. It's not those straightforward oil painting videos you see online. That looks perfect. It's not as perfect in real life. You're gonna struggle with it. You're gonna struggle with the color mixing a lot. I'm gonna place my phone here so I have easy access to the reference picture. And one thing I recommend is that you should be able to have three things close to you: a reference picture, your painting surface, and your palette of mixed paint. This is a 4B pencil. I shouldn't be sketching with a 4B pencil, but it's the closest thing to me right now. So I'm going to just create the little indication of teeth. It's not a pencil drawing, so I don't really have to stress on it too much. Just need a little indication of teeth. Guess I'll be able to manipulate the rest myself. Okay. I guess that will do. I guess that will serve as a sketch. Yeah. Now I'm going to start by creating some highlights, or by painting the highlights region. The highlights region right now is around the teeth. I realize now that I need a much tinier brush. I have this one, it's about 1 millimeter thick. Now my favorite superhero movie is Iron Man. She was in Iron Man 2. And this is a lady that always wanted to act. She's always had the passion for acting. And since she was small, a little girl, maybe at the age of 6, she used to fake cry. Like she'll stand before a mirror and then start crying just to practice. And I'm pretty sure she's proud of where she is right now because she has always wanted to be successful. And on many occasions she has been awarded, I don't know if that's even a real award, the sexiest woman alive. Although she doesn't like it because she feels they're objectifying her. She's more than her looks, right? Yeah. One thing I love about painting is it allows you to get to know someone. It's true. Everybody I've painted, I can't forget their face anymore. I just have this connection with them. When painting, you try not to rush the shades, because when you rush the shades and you make a mistake, correcting it will frustrate you more. I'm not saying you cannot correct it, you can actually correct it, but it's really going to frustrate you. That's why I'm using the tiniest brush I can find. That way, I'm really taking my time to make sure everything is in order. Now, God bless you if you're able to match the color perfectly. I'm not. But most times I'm not bothered about matching the colors perfectly. I'm mostly bothered about matching the shades perfectly. That is the values, the lightness and the darkness. That's what bothers me, not the color. I learned all these things just by practice. Also, I learned a lot of things from watching Bob Ross paint, because Bob Ross paints wet on wet. That's a la prima, and he does that a lot by creating. He paints his canvas wet first of all with completely white paint. He calls it magic white. It's just some very soft white paint, and it remains soft until it completes the entire painting. Of course, it paints fast, so in 30 minutes it's done. So the white paint beneath is not dry, and then he's able to very easily blend and make his beautiful landscapes, and that's really wonderful. I bought a Bob Ross instructional painting manual, and I haven't got to practice with it yet, but I've gone through it and it's really beautiful. Some really beautiful paintings there, and hopefully with time, when I have the additional materials, because I don't have those big brushes, when I have those brushes, I will make a Bob Ross kind of painting. Now, you don't rush it. Just anything that's making you think you're in a hurry, just tell yourself you're not in a hurry, because you're not. You'll get it. The painting is going to last longer than you, so it would be nice if you leave a masterpiece behind before you leave this world. Now that comes as a motivational speech to me too, because I'm not so patient. I believe that explains why I've not been able to sit down and make a hyper-realistic painting. When it comes to oil painting hyper-realistic, the first person on my mind is Fabiano Milani. Go to Instagram and find those guys, they're going to depress you, especially if you're an artist and you think you're doing stuff. They'll tell you, guy, you never start. They're going to depress you. But yeah, it's nice to have such competition. I mean, why compare yourselves with the average people around you when you can actually compare yourselves with? Just try not to envy them, okay? Just take your own process slow and steady.